Veganism is both the practice of abstaining from the use of animal products, particularly in diet, and an associated philosophy that rejects the commodity status of animals. A follower of either the diet or the philosophy is known as a vegan. Distinctions are sometimes made between several categories of veganism. Dietary vegans refrain from ingesting animal products. This means avoiding not only meat but also egg and dairy products and other animal-derived foodstuffs. Some dietary vegans choose to wear clothing that includes animal products, for example, leather or wool. The term ethical vegan is often applied to those who extend the philosophy beyond diet and to other areas of their lives. This philosophy means opposing the use of animal products for any purpose. Environmental veganism refers to avoiding animal products on the premise that harvesting or industrial farming of animals is environmentally damaging and unsustainable. The term vegan was coined in 1944 by Donald Watson when he co-founded the Vegan Society in England. At first this meant non-dairy vegetarian, and later the doctrine that man should live without exploiting animals. Interest in veganism increased in the 2010s. More vegan shops opened, and vegan options became increasingly available in more supermarkets and restaurants in many countries. Vegan diets tend to be higher in dietary fiber, magnesium, folic acid, vitamin C, vitamin E, iron, and phytochemicals, and lower in dietary energy, saturated fat, cholesterol, long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, zinc, and vitamin B12. Well-planned vegan diets can reduce the risk of some types of chronic disease including heart disease. Vegan diets are regarded as appropriate for all stages of the life cycle by the American Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the Australian National Health and Medical Research Council, and Dietitians of Canada. Because uncontaminated plant foods do not provide vitamin B12, which is produced by microorganisms such as bacteria, researchers agree that vegans should eat B12-fortified foods or take a supplement. Vegans do not eat beef, pork, poultry, fowl, game, seafood, eggs, dairy, or any other animal products, such as gelatin. Plant-based eaters, who may identify as dietary vegans, might use animal products in clothing as leather, wool, and silk, toiletries and similar. Veganism extends not only to matters of food but also to the wearing or using of animal products. Vegans reject the commodification of animals. The British Vegan Society will certify a product only if it is free of animal involvement as far as possible and practical, including animal testing. Philosopher Gary Steiner argues that it is not possible to be entirely vegan, because animal use and products are deeply and imperceptibly woven into the fabric of human society. Animal products in common use include albumin, allantoin, beeswax, blood, bone char, bone china, carmine, casein, cochineal, elastin, emu oil, gelatin, isinglass, keratin, lactic acid, lanolin, lard, rennet, retinol, shellac, squalene, tallow/sodium tallowate, whey and yellow grease. Some of these are chemical compounds which can be derived from animal products, from plants, or from petrochemicals. Allantoin, lactic acid, retinol and squalene, for example, can be vegan. However, these products and their origins are not always included in the list of ingredients. Vegans will not buy woolen jumpers, silk scarves, leather shoes, bedding that contains goose down or duck feathers, ordinary soap usually made of animal fat, or cosmetics that contain animal products. They avoid certain vaccines. The flu vaccine, for example, is usually grown in hen's eggs, although an effective alternative, Flublock, is widely available in the United States. Non-vegan items acquired before they became vegan might be donated to charity or used until worn out. Some vegan clothes, in particular leather alternatives, are made of petroleum-based products, which has triggered criticism because of the environmental damage involved in their production. Some vegetarians argue that the restrictiveness of a vegan lifestyle is impractical, and that vegetarianism is a better goal, Even though veganism is the fastest growing movement at the moment, and it's becoming easier and easier to find vegan alternatives. The main difference between a vegan and vegetarian diet is that vegans exclude eggs and dairy products. Ethical vegans avoid them on the premise that their production causes animal suffering and premature death. In egg production, most male chicks are culled because they do not lay eggs. To obtain milk from dairy cattle, cows are made pregnant to induce lactation. They are kept pregnant and lactating for 3 to 7 years, then slaughtered. Female calves are separated from their mothers within 24 hours of birth, and fed milk replacer to retain the cow's milk for human consumption. Male calves are slaughtered at birth, sent for veal production, or reared for beef. Vegan groups disagree about insect products. Neither the Vegan Society nor the American Vegan Society considers honey, silk, and other insect products as suitable for vegans, while Vegan Action and Vegan Outreach view it as a matter of personal choice. Agave nectar is a popular vegan alternative to honey. Veganism appears to provide health benefits, including a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and heart disease. There is evidence that a vegan diet aids weight loss more effectively than a vegetarian or non-vegetarian diet, particularly in the short term. A 2016 systematic review found that a vegan diet was associated with a significant reduction in cancer risk, although only in a small number of studies. According to nutritionist Winston Craig, writing in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2009, vegan diets tend to be higher in dietary fiber, magnesium, folic acid, vitamin C, vitamin E, iron, and phytochemicals, and lower in dietary energy, saturated fat, cholesterol, long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, zinc, and vitamin B12. Craig wrote that vegans tend to be thinner, with lower serum cholesterol and lower blood pressure. Factors associated with a vegan diet being considered cancer protective include an increased intake of fruits and vegetables, absence of meat, sources of vegan protein, including soy protein, and typically lower body mass index (BMI). Eliminating all animal products increases the risk of deficiencies of vitamins B12 and D, calcium, and omega-3 fatty acids. Craig advised vegans to eat fortified foods or take supplements, and warned that iron and zinc may be problematic because of limited bioavailability. Vegans might be at risk of low bone mineral density without supplements. The American Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and Dietitians of Canada state that properly planned vegan diets are appropriate for all life stages, including pregnancy and lactation. They indicate that vegetarian diets may be more common among adolescents with eating disorders, but that its adoption may serve to camouflage a disorder rather than cause one. The Australian National Health and Medical Research Council similarly recognizes a well-planned vegan diet as viable for any age. As of 2011, the German Society for Nutrition did not recommend a vegan diet and cautioned against it for babies and children, the pregnant and the elderly. The British National Health Service's Eat Well plate allows for an entirely plant-based diet, as does the United States Department of Agriculture's USDA meat plate. The USDA allows tofu to replace meat in the National School Lunch Program.